Welcome to another edition of That Time When. Matt Miller with you. This is the podcast series where I take you through the archive here at Trekzone. Today we're diving into that time we learned about being an extra on Enterprise.
This is Trekzone's That Time When. And you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes info and first-play access to all Trekzone podcasts by becoming a member today. Click join on every Trekzone video on YouTube. Go to the trek.zone/support or scan the QR code on screen throughout the show.
Hi, this is Jim Moorehouse, and this is my Trekzone conversation.
Jim, thanks so much for your time today, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, great to be here. Love it, Matt. Good to finally connect.
Now, the listeners may not recognize your name, but they should certainly recognize your face. Where from?
Well, my Twitter handle is at Enterprise Extra, also at Trek Ranks, my website. But the Enterprise Extra handle is from my lucky one-time living the dream moment where I got to be on the set and on the show, and I fired the phasers on Star Trek Enterprise.
Now, which episode was that?
So the episode was Awakening, part of the Vulcan trilogy. So an added bonus because it's honestly three of the best episodes in Trek history, not just Enterprise. So.
Certainly delved into the lore of those aliens that we've known from Star Trek for so long.
Yeah, I tell you, when I found out T'Pau, the young T'Pau was in my episode, when I was on set, I kind of lost my mind.
Now,
pretty cool.
Of course, we all know how actors get the jobs, but how did the role of this extra come about and land on your desk?
So really quick, it happened that there was an online charity auction that Robbie Duncan McNeil was sponsoring for his school for a walk-on role. And this was kind of at the lull of Star Trek's popularity, right? It was around 2003. Enterprise ratings weren't doing good. The show was kind of dipping. There was rumors it might be canceled. So I started monitoring this thing online just to see if maybe the price would be something I could afford. And about 2 days before, I looked online and the interest was really low. I mean, it was a very low number that was being auctioned off. So I told my wife, I said, listen, I'm going to go for this thing on Friday and see if I can get this. And of course, on Friday, it went up a bit, probably about 800% from what it was. But it was still, but I always tell people, I never really talk about the money, but I always tell people the end price is basically what you'd pay for a nice 2-week vacation.
Right.
And I was in the mode of, well, I'd rather do that than have a 2-week cruise or a 2-week holiday somewhere.
Yeah, they're boring.
Go to Los Angeles and be on the set and fire the phasers. Of course, when I won the auction, I had, at that point, walk-on roll means anything, right? They could put you in some boots, put you in the back of a scene and show the back of your boot, and the scene could get cut. And that's all. Basically, all you're guaranteed is a tour of the sets. But I got lucky, and when they called and basically they set me up with a PA who was checking in on availability dates for me, and she called one day and said they've got a spot on the bridge for someone to fire the phasers at the tactical station. Do you think you can do that? And I almost dropped the phone. I was like, yes I can. I will be there.
Hang on, let me think about it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to play it cool, but I was dancing around my office after that phone.
So are you a trained actor, or was this just a spur of the moment thing?
No, it was just, I'm just like any diehard Star Trek fan for my whole life, for 40, 50 years. And you know how many times you've sat there and watched a show and thought, man, that'd be cool just to be on set one day, or just to be that guy in the background, or just I've literally thought of that since watching Next Gen. And this is what that opportunity was. And I got pretty lucky to be able to sit on the bridge and fire the phasers.
Well, how has it changed your life? I mean, as you said, you are now at Enterprise Extra on Twitter. Has it really deepened your connection to the series?
Well, it's a good question, and there's a two-part answer. The Twitter part is awesome I connected with a bunch of fans on Twitter about 5 years after. And I'll tell you one thing I did. As soon as I was done with my appearance, I just sat down in my hotel room and I wrote all day, like 20,000 words, and every single thing I could remember from that day, so I would never kind of forget it. And I mapped it out. And that story, by the way, and it's long and it's in depth, is on my website at trekranks.com. And I'm really happy I did that because I can go back to it and kind of reference it and not forget things. But it was great to connect with people on Twitter and that community, because I've never, not a big social media guy, not even on Facebook, but I like Twitter. And then I'll say the other part of it, and this is actually be kind of sad, is like, I say it kind of in jest, but it's also kind of true. Like, after that happened, I gotta tell you, all of my ambition went away because I was just like, I'm satisfied. I got to be on set. I'm part of this. I was on the show. I fired the phasers. I just try to enjoy Trek and enjoy my life, and I don't have any more goals, any more ambition. I'm just hanging out, having a good time, and I like to think about it. I think about it a lot, so, to be honest.
So
hopefully that doesn't sound terrible.
Well, that was a fun chat going behind the scenes of Enterprise. It's tough to fathom now, but there was only one show on the air at the time. Now we are spoilt for choice, 5 shows either here or coming very, very soon. Just an incredible time to be a Star Trek fan, incredible time to be a fan and an extra on the sets, and I'm sure there are others as well in the current iterations of Trek working in their fantasy land of Star Trek sets. Well, that's that time when. Look out for another episode real soon. I'm Matt Miller. I'll see you in the comments.